Ever wondered why Santa always wears red? Maybe it's to hide the chimney soot. Picture this. Santa, our jolly gift bringer, decides it's high time to sharpen his rooftop entry skills before the big day. So, he dons his iconic red suit, hoists his hefty gift sack over his shoulder, and off he goes, ready to dive into the nearest chimney. But alas, our portly patron of Christmas cheer might have had one too many mince pies this year. The sound of boots scraping against brick echoes down the chimney. A series of grunts and groans follows as Santa wiggles and wriggles, trying to shimmy his way down. But to no avail, he's stuck tighter than a cork in a bottle. Santa's cheeks turn as red as his suit, but not from the cold. Laughter rings out from the reindeers watching the spectacle from the rooftop. Turns out chimneys aren't as spacious as they look from the outside. If Santa lived in a warmer climate, he wouldn't have to worry about icy roofs now, would he? Picture this, folks. It's a chilly winter night, and Santa, always the adventurous spirit, decides to test his rooftop agility on the slickest, iciest roof in the North Pole. His boots, though magical, aren't exactly made for figure skating. As he touches down, the ice beneath him seems to come alive, turning the rooftop into Santa's personal, perilous ice rink. His surprised yelp echoes through the night as he slips, slides, and spins in a whirl of red and white. Each screech of his boots against the ice is like a jolly jingle bell ringing out in the frosty air. His slide, though unintended, is as graceful as a downhill skier, if that skier were a portly man in a red suit. In the midst of all this wintry chaos, Santa remains ever the optimist. After all, he's always been a fan of winter sports. Maybe Santa should consider investing in some ice skates. Did you ever think Santa's reindeer are just too well behaved? Well, not always. Picture this. It's a crisp winter's night at the North Pole. Santa, that jolly old elf, is getting ready for his yearly journey. He's checking his list, he's checking it twice. And then he heads over to his trusty team of reindeer. But tonight, those reindeer have mischief twinkling in their eyes. Suddenly, Rudolph, with his nose so bright, gets a wild idea and nudges Dasher. Before Santa knows what's happening, the reindeer are off like a shot, and Santa's sleigh ride turns into a wild reindeer rodeo. There's a loud whoosh as Santa is jerked into the air, hanging onto the reins for dear life. "Whoa, whoa, whoa," Santa yells, his voice echoing through the snow-covered forests. But the reindeer, they're just laughing, their bells jingling in time with their mirth. Prancer's prancing, Dancer's dancing, and Comet and Cupid are doing loop-de-loops in the sky. Meanwhile, Santa, that jolly old soul, is trying his best to regain control. His red suit flaps in the wind, his hat flies off, and his hearty ho-ho-ho is replaced by a startled oh-oh-oh. Finally, after a wild ride across the aurora-lit sky, the reindeer slow down, and Santa lands the sleigh with a soft thud. He looks at the reindeer, they look at him, and then they all burst out laughing. Who knew reindeer could be such pranksters? From chimneys to rooftops to reindeer rodeos, it's never a dull moment in Santa's world. Let's take a moment to recap our jolly friends' adventures, shall we? First up, we had the chimney challenge. Now, who would have thought that a man of Santa's stature would have such a tough time with chimneys? But there he was, stuck halfway down, legs flailing like a fish out of water. It was a sight to behold, I tell you. Then came the icy slip-up. Let's just say, Santa's got no future in ice skating. He took to those rooftops like a penguin on roller skates, slipping and sliding all over the place. It was like watching a slapstick comedy, only this was the North Pole, not Hollywood. But the piece de resistance was undoubtedly the reindeer rodeo. Santa, trying to corral a team of overexcited reindeer, was like watching a clown at a rodeo. The reindeer pranced and danced, and Santa, well, he just tried to hang on for dear life. Oh, and did you know that each of Santa's reindeer represents a different personality trait? That's right, from Dasher's speed to Prancer's grace, they all add a little something to Santa's team. So next time you see a red suit and hear a hearty ho-ho-ho, remember, even Santa has his clumsy moments.